everybody. This is going to be Level 1 Genetics Problems 5 and 6. Let's get right to it. Number 5 reads this way. Suppose we cross one dwarf pea plant with another dwarf one. What proportion of the F1 will be expected to be dwarf? Now, if you remember from earlier problems, we have this answer key here. We know that capital T is tall, and we know lowercase t is short or dwarf. And so if we've got one dwarf pea plant crossed with another one, what that means is we have two homozygous recessive being crossed. We can do the Punnett square. We put the gametes of the parents on the outside of the square, and if we recombine all those little t's, all we get is homozygous recessive in the next generation. So, you know what, we could realize this, they're all going to be short, homozygous recessive, or we can just remember our proportions, okay? Homozygous dominant relative to heterozygous relative to homozygous recessive. When you have a homozygous recessive crossed with a homozygous recessive, the resulting proportions are 0 to 0 to 4. Phenotypically, dominant to recessive, that's 0 to 4. All right. Let's look at number 6. A cross between a brown mouse and a black one produce an F1 ratio of 1 brown to 1 black. Capital B is black, lowercase b is brown. What are the probable genotypes of the parents? All right, well, here's the thing. If we have a brown mouse, we know what the genotype is there. All right? So our brown mouse, because that's, according to our key here, is recessive, our brown mouse must be homozygous recessive. The black one, we don't know for sure yet. All right? Now, that's because homozygous dominant or heterozygous can give us a black mouse, right? So we don't know exactly what that is yet, but we do have some information. We know that 1 brown to 1 black is our ratio in the next generation, the F1 generation. Now, if you have 1 to 1 ratio of brown to black, that's the same thing as a 2 to 2 ratio. And if you know your 6 representative monohybrid crosses, you should know that a 2 to 2 ratio is the result of a heterozygous by homozygous recessive cross. All right? Parents, therefore, must be, this question mark must be a little b. So we don't have big B question mark. We have big B, little b for the genotype. Now, if you do this cross, homozygous recessive crossed with heterozygous, the progeny can only be homozygous recessive and heterozygous. We can do the square to prove that. So here are the gamete possibilities of one parent, that would be the brown parent, the gamete possibilities of the other parent, which must be heterozygous, results in only heterozygous and homozygous recessive genotypes in the next generation. All right, that's it for your problems 5 and 6.